This date now stands as a pivotal moment in the escalating tensions between the United States and China, highlighting the technological chasm that defines modern military confrontations. At 2:30 p.m. local time, an MH-60R Seahawk Romeo helicopter, the U.S. Navy's premier anti-submarine warfare platform, departs from the massive flight deck of the USS Gerald R. Ford. This nuclear-powered supercarrier, displacing over 100,000 tons and capable of launching up to 75 aircraft, serves as the linchpin of the 7th Fleet's operations in the Indo-Pacific. For the Romeo's crew, comprising experienced pilots, sonar technicians, and electronic warfare specialists, this patrol is routine, one of many designed to ensure maritime security, monitor submarine activity, and uphold international law in waters traversed by trillions in global trade annually. Beijing, however, interprets these actions as aggressive encroachments on its claimed domain. China's 9-dash line ambitiously encompasses vast swaths of the sea, overlapping exclusive economic zones of neighbors like Vietnam, the Philippines, and Malaysia. A swift order from PLA Central Military Commission reverberates through the chain of command, and in under 20 minutes, a CAIC C-10 attack helicopter, China's flagship rotary wing gunship, scrambles skyward. Nicknamed the Fierce Thunderbolt, the Z-10 draws from 1990s Russian Kamov expertise, featuring a Fenestron tail rotor for quieter operation, tandem cockpits for pilot and gunner, and armaments including HJ-10 anti-tank missiles, TY-90 air-to-air missiles, and 23mm cannon pods. Its role: Project Dominance, ward off the perceived intruder, and broadcast China's unyielding stance. Yet, in the unforgiving arena of aerial warfare, intentions often collide with capabilities, particularly when facing the MH-60R's sophisticated arsenal. Crafted by Sikorsky, now Lockheed Martin, the Romeo integrates the AN/APS-153 multi-mode radar for surface search, AN/AQS-22 dipping sonar for underwater detection, and the AN/ALQ-210 electronic support measures for signals intelligence. Its pilots, graduates of elite programs like the Fleet Replacement Squadron, FRS, at NAS Jacksonville, are versed in evasive tactics and data fusion. The mission's focus: a Type 039 Yuan-class diesel-electric submarine, emblematic of China's submarine expansion to over 70 hulls, including nuclear-powered Sheng class. Tracked via assets like Global Hawk UAVs and undersea hydrophone arrays, the sub has operated submerged on batteries for 2 days, nearing its limit before snorting, extending a snorkel to run diesels for recharging. This phase exposes it. Engine vibrations propagate as noise, detectable by passive sonobuoys or active pings. The Romeo crew assembles a granular acoustic profile, propeller blade harmonics at various RPMs, auxiliary pump winds, and even crew movements, uploading to databases shared with allies via Link 16 data links. This intel refines algorithms for platforms like the P-8A Poseidon, enabling rapid classification in future engagements. In Beijing's war rooms, the helicopter's presence is deemed provocative, echoing past incidents like the 2001 EP-3 collision or 2013 USS Cowpen's near miss. The Z-10, with its 100-kilometer ferry range but combat radius halved by payloads, embodies PLA Aviation's progress, yet reveals shortcomings. Avionics reliant on dated processors, armor insufficient against 50 cal rounds, and no equivalent to Western helmet-mounted sights. As the Z-10 closes, its pilot transmits, You are intruding into Chinese sovereign airspace. Divert course now. The Romeo ignores. GPS confirms international status, 50 nautical miles from baselines. The Chinese executes a provocative flyby, crossing at 400 meters, risky but standard in PLA Wolf Warrior tactics. Aviators trained via red flag exercises remain steady. Covertly, the ALQ-210 vacuums emissions, radar waveforms from the Z-10's KLJ-7A fire control system, IFF interrogations, and data link bursts. This ELNT exposes modulation schemes potentially crackable by NSA cryptologists, transforming aggression into a vulnerability map. Undaunted, the Z-10 releases flares, magnesium bursts to spoof IR seekers, but irrelevant here. The Romeo responds by lowering its sonar dome, its low-frequency thumps harassing the sub. Below, the UN dives hastily, triggering cavitation. Imploding bubbles emit broadband noise, betraying position to the CSG's towed arrays on destroyers like USS Dewey. In conflict, ASROC missiles or Mk-46 torpedoes would end it. The acoustic hull, unique screw tonals, aiding counter-detection to China's SOSUS-like seabed sensors. At 18 minutes, the Z-10 locks radar, a tone signal success. But an EA-18G Growler from VAQ-41 Shadowhawks intervenes. Its next-generation jammer mid-band pods emit tailored interference, not white noise but deceptive returns, the Romeo clones into spectral decoys, trajectories defying physics. The Z-10's legacy radar, Sans AESA upgrades, succumbs, displaying chaos. Pilot attempts frequency agility fail against the Growler's AI-driven countermeasures, budgeted at $1 billion annually. The Z-10's RWR blares as CSG radars, AN-SPY 6 on the forward, SPQ-9B on escorts, illuminate it. It's overwhelming like Sauron's gaze. FA-88F Super Hornets launch, afterburners flaring, swelling airborne contacts. The pilot reboots, powerless. Romeo logs kinematic extremes, 60-plus degree rolls, 15 millimeters climbs, revealing airframe limits under 6G loads. FlyAR captures thermals, turbine hotspots at 800 degrees gear wear. Audio mics record blade slap spectra. This data informs tactics against Z-10 fleets in Army Aviation Corps, potentially in amphibious ops. 72 minutes elapse. Z-10 strains. Engines overtemp. Hydraulics leak. Fatigue cracks loom. Romeo persists, its 4-hour endurance unstrained. Harvest. Full MCON profile. Structural models for simulations. This mirrors Indo-Pacific dynamics, China's A2 Swoosh aid bubbles versus air-sea battle. With 500-plus incidents since 2021, risks mount. As a veteran analyst of conflicts from Desert Storm to Syrian proxy wars, this underscores U.S. edge in C4ISR, despite China's J-20 stealth fighters and Type 055 cruisers. Yielding Seed's advantage, power abhors vacuum. Thank you for engaging with this detailed breakdown. Your like, comment, and subscription to Military Flashpoint are greatly appreciated. Watch for our next expose on global hotspots. 72 minutes of humiliation. How the MH-60R Romeo exposed China's Z-10 as a Pentagon textbook fiasco in the volatile South China Sea. On September 26, 2025, as the afternoon sun casts long shadows across the choppy expanse of the South China Sea, a region fraught with territorial disputes and strategic maneuvering, the stage was set for a high-stakes aerial drama.